This conference will now be recorded.
మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళిపోయిందా? ఇందాక ఉంది కదా. సో సైన్ ఇన్ క్లిక్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ క్రియేట్ న్యూ అకౌంట్ క్లిక్ చేయాలండి. క్రియేట్ న్యూ AWS అకౌంట్. ఓకే, మీ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి చెప్పండి. జొన్నాల ఓకే, రోజా ఓకే 1 2 3 ఓకే. ఓకేనా మేడం? ఇక్కడ ఓకే మేడం. ఓకే, మీకు ఒక ఓటీపీ వస్తుంది. వచ్చిందండి. ఓకే, ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది అంటుందా? ఓకే ఓకే, నిన్నటిది అవసరం లేదు అలాగా. ఓకే, ఏముంటుందంటే నేను స్టెప్స్ కంప్లీట్. మీరు ఒక నిమిషం, జొన్న రోజా అండి? జొన్న రోజా. నేను ఏం పాస్వర్డ్ ఇచ్చా గుర్తుందా? ఏం పాస్వర్డ్ అండి? రేట్ ఇదే కదా. నాకు కూడా డౌట్ వస్తుంది. అదే కరెక్టే అండి, కరెక్టే. ఇక్కడ పర్సనల్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇక్కడ ఫుల్ నేమ్ ఏమంటారు? రోజా జొన్న జన్ను రోజా. ఓకే అండి. అండ్ ఇండియా సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. నంబర్ చెప్పండి. 701 33 55 046. చూడండి కరెక్టేనా? ఇండియా. నేను స్పెల్లింగ్ చెప్పండి. AAM చెప్పండి. పిన్ కోడ్ ఏంటండి? 5221149 అండి. నంబర్ కంప్లీట్ లేదే. ఓకే అంతేనా, చూడండి ఒకసారి. మీ ఫోన్ స్లిప్ చేసుకోండి, పర్వాలేదు. ఓకే మ్యామ్. సో I have read and read agree అని క్లిక్ చేయాలి మేడం. దెన్ కంటిన్యూ టు స్టెప్ 2 ఆఫ్ 5. ఇక్కడ మనకి మెయిన్ చెప్పండి నంబర్. ఇక్కడ మీకు చూడండి, ఇక్కడ వీసా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తుంది, మాస్టర్ కార్డ్ యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తుంది, అమెరికా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేస్తుంది, రూపే చేస్తుంది. రూపే పని చేయట్లేదు మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ కి, అందుకే ఈ రెండు ట్రై చేద్దాం అన్నా అనమాట. అవునండి, చెప్పండి. లాస్ట్ 4 డిజిట్సా? కానీ దాంట్లో 2 రూపీస్ అని ఉన్నాయా? దాంట్లో 2 రూపీస్ అని ఉండొచ్చా? ఓకే, మళ్ళీ తీసుకోలేదా? చెప్పండి. సిక్స్ కాదు, మొత్తం చెప్పాలి. 16 డిజిట్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా. అదే మొత్తం చెప్పాలి. 16 4191 డబల్ 4731 63. ఒక్కసారి చూడండి మేడం. ఓకే, ఎక్స్పైరీ డేట్ చెప్పండి. మంత్ ఏంటి? మంతా? ఓకే ఓకే, ఇంకా ఏ సివి చెప్పండి మేడం. వెనకాల సివి ఉంటుంది, 3 డిజిట్ నెంబర్. డబల్ 1 3. ఒక్క నిమిషం, ఇదే కదా 113. ఓకే, పేరు ఏముంది అక్కడ? అక్కడ అదే ఉందా కార్డు మీద? ఒక్క నిమిషం ఇవ్వండి. ఇవాళ రేపు పేర్లు ఇవ్వట్లేదు అనుకుంటా. మరి అకౌంట్లో ఏమైనా నెంబర్ ఇంపేరు తెలుసా? అవుతుంది అంతే, పర్ఫెక్ట్. జన్మ రోజా కదా? అలా ఉన్నా ఓకే కాదు, జన్మ రోజా కదా. రైట్. సో తర్వాత అండి, ఇది యూజ్ మై కాంటాక్ట్ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది, ఇది సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకేనా. తర్వాత డూ యూ హ్యావ్ పాన్? పాన్ ఉంది కదా, ఎస్. పాన్ నెంబర్ చెప్పండి. జీ, ఒక నిమిషం చూడండి పైన. జిఎం క్యూపిఆర్ 6791. కన్ఫ్యూజ్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకేనా, ఇది వర్కౌట్ అయితే చాలా ప్రశాంతం. సూపర్. ఓటీపీ వస్తుందా మేడం మీకు? చెప్పండి ఈ నెంబర్. 749921. చూడండి మేడం ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ. 749921. ఓకేనా. ఓకే, టూ రూపీస్ ఎప్పుడు వెరిఫికేషన్ కోసం మళ్ళీ 2 రూపీస్ మళ్ళీ మీకు 3 days లో మళ్ళీ వేసేస్తాడు 2 రూపీస్ అంతే. జస్ట్ పేమెంట్ మెథడ్ కెనాట్ బి వెరిఫైడ్. ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చిందండి, రాకూడదు కానీ కట్ ఏం కాలేదు, మీకు రిఫండ్ వస్తుంది. మీకు కట్ అయిందని అనట్లేదే, మీకు రిజెక్ట్, మీకు రిక్వెస్ట్ వచ్చినట్టుంది, కట్ అవ్వకుండా ఉండొచ్చు 2 రూపీస్. ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ చేయండి వచ్చింది. మీకు ఆన్లైన్లో అవుతున్నాయా, ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అవుతున్నాయా? పేమెంట్ చేశారు ఎప్పుడైనా ఆన్లైన్లో? అంటే ఆన్లైన్లో అమెజాన్ ఎప్పుడైనా కార్డ్ నెంబర్ ఇచ్చి ఈ విధంగా పిన్ నెంబర్ ఇచ్చి పే చేశారా? మీకు ఆన్లైన్ అకౌంట్ లాగిన్ అయ్యారు ఎప్పుడైనా హెచ్డిఎఫ్సి? ఎప్పుడైనా అకౌంట్లోకి లాగిన్ అయ్యి హెచ్డిఎఫ్సి ఎప్పుడు దాంట్లో ఏదో ఒక ఫీచర్ ఆన్ చేయాలి. ప్రాబ్లమ్ మేబీ ఆన్లైన్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఎనేబుల్ చేసి ఉంటారు మీరు ఆ కార్డులో. ఎనేబుల్ చేయాలి అంటే మీరు మీ అకౌంట్లోకి లాగిన్ అవ్వాలి. దానికి మీ అకౌంట్, మీ యూజర్ ఐడి ఉంటుంది, హెచ్డిఎఫ్సి కదా యూజర్ ఐడి అండ్ అకౌంట్ నేమ్ ఉంటుంది. ఒక యాప్ ఉంటుంది, యాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటే అయిపోతుంది. యాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుని తీసుకుంటే ఇప్పుడు వద్దు, చాలా పెద్ద ప్రాసెస్ అది, టేక్స్ టైం. క్లాస్ తీసుకుందాం. మీరు ఈ స్టెప్స్ ఈ వీడియోస్ పంపిస్తాను, ఓకే? ఉన్న రోజులు ట్రై చేద్దాం, వేరే కార్డు ఉన్నా సరే ట్రై చేద్దాం. ఒకవేళ ఈ వీక్లో అవ్వలేదు అనుకోండి ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, దెన్ విల్ ట్రై ఆన్లైన్. స్టెప్స్ అయితే నేను మీకు పంపిస్తాను, ఇవన్నీ కూడా రికార్డింగ్ చేసి. ఎందుకు అంటే మనకి వెబ్సైట్లో డిఫరెంట్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఏది ఎనేబుల్ చేస్తే అదే వర్క్ అవుతుంది. సో మేబీ ఆన్లైన్ పేమెంట్ మీరు ఎనేబుల్ చేసి ఉంటారేమో అనిపిస్తాను, అది జరిగింది. మళ్ళీ ట్రై చేద్దాం ఒకసారి. మీ నెంబర్ చెప్పండి, మళ్ళీ నాకు కార్డు ఇవ్వండి. 4191 యాక్చువల్గా అయితే అవ్వాలి, ఏదో మీరు ఎనేబుల్ చేయాలి. ఏం ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మేడం మీకు ఏమన్నా విషయం వచ్చింది ఇంకా? జన్ను స్పెల్లింగ్ కరెక్టేనా? జన్నుయేనా? కార్డ్ నెంబర్ ఒకసారి చెప్పండి. పి అండి, పిఆర్ చెప్పండి ఒకసారి. ఓటీపీ చెప్పండి.
651.
అవ్వలేదు మేడం. ఇప్పుడేనా? ఓకే, కానీ ఫోటోలో నంబర్ మాత్రం వెనకాలది ఫోన్లో అడగండి, ఫోటో పెట్టద్దు చెప్పండి. డిజిట్ నెంబర్ ఉంటుంది కదా, ఇది మాత్రం ఫోన్లో అడగండి. ఇది ఫోటో పెట్టినా పర్వాలేదు. ఇది ఉంటే ఆన్లైన్లో ఎవరైనా కూడా డబ్బులు విత్డ్రా చేసుకుంటారు. అది వాట్సాప్ హ్యాక్ అయిపోతుంది ఈజీగా. సేఫ్టీ, ఏది సేఫ్టీ కాదు. ఇది ఓకే, ఈ ఫ్రంట్ది ఫోటో ఓకే, ఈ బ్యాక్ మాత్రం ఫోన్ చేసి ఈ బ్యాక్ 3 డిజిట్ నెంబర్ ఫోన్లో చెప్పాను, అలా చేయండి. డెబిట్ కార్డ్ ఏది? ఏదైనా వీసా మర్చిపో. మీకు ఆన్లైన్లో ల్యాప్టాప్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత మీరు ఎలా కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలో చూపిస్తాను. నైస్ చెప్పండి. 5596 0101 8579 0787. ఇంత పెద్ద ఉండదు, కరెక్టేనా? కరెక్ట్. మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేయండి. 5596 0101 8579 0787. ఓకే, ఒక్క నిమిషం మేడం, నేను ఈ రికార్డింగ్ ఆఫ్ చేసేస్తాను.
This conference will now be recorded.
It's
This
actually
conference will now be recorded.
sometimes if you also not able to log in, then you use other browser, because sometimes due to cookies you may not be able to log in. So remember this. So I changed browser, now it's working fine. But the previous one having issues, still it's not logging me, right? So just change the browser and try if at all you are facing any issue in future. Okay, anyway, so yesterday we were discussing about IAMs, right? So any doubts in the from the yesterday session? Yesterday we have created two users, and each user have specific permissions. See, it having is having his own permission S3 read only, and the other user has EC2 read only permission. So you can try with giving full access for S3 EC2 or with other services as well. You can try that well. But in real time, as I told you yesterday, we will not assign the policies directly to the users. We will not assign the policies directly to the users. So that is the reason what we will do today. We will create groups now. We will create groups, and to the groups we will give the permissions, and then we will add users to those groups. For example, today what we will do, I will remove the permission for Anil, which we have added here. I will select it and click on the remove button. So this policy has been removed. Now this person Anil cannot view, cannot use any service. Okay, we have removed him. Similarly, for other user, that is Shaker, for him also will let's remove the permission. Select the permission name and click on remove. Okay, and then go to user groups. Here we do not have any groups, right? So you, if you read carefully here, what it mentioned here, a user group is a collection of IAM users. Use groups to specify permissions for a collection of users. Okay, so let's create a group now. So for example, I want a group. In this group, this group will contain only EC2 read permission, for example. Then what I would, you can give any name, no problem. Create user and give a name, something allow only. You can give any name, no problem. Only EC2 read permission, something like that. Something meaningful name you can give. Then ending I say group, something like that. Allow only EC2 read permission, something like that. And then immediately it shows down. Do you want to add these users to this group? It is optional. You can add it later also. If you I want to add Anil to this group, I can select the Anil here, or also I can add it later. Let's see how can I add it. Anyway, this you know, if I select it, it will be added to Anil, and Anil automatically will get the read only permissions. But before that, to this group we have to give the permission, right? Just come down. Here is the list of policies. Here is a list of policies. So select the user and give the permissions. Here I will say EC2 read. If you say EC2 read, you see Amazon EC2 read only has popped up. Select this one. Now if I click on create button, create group, then a group will be created with this permission. But users you can add here, or you can later also you can add it. Okay. Now click on create group. A group is created, but you see no users are added. Zero users. Okay. Similarly, I want to add one more group. Create group. This time allow only, what is that name we given something, only S3 read only permission. Group, something like that. Allow only S3 read permission. And again the same, no problem, same, no difference here. You see here you got S3 read only. So select this one and create a group. Now two groups are there now. Normally what we do, normally we create the groups. Now groups have the permissions. Users will not have the permissions now. Now suppose these users, if they are added to any of the group, they will get automatically those permissions. Now Anil, to Anil what I will do, I will give him EC2 read permission only. Select him. Select this. Sorry. Select this group, and here users, under users you can add button add user. This also you can do. Click on add user and you can select Anil. Add user. So now user one is added. Like that you can add as many users you want. Now you click again user groups. Now here it will show users as one here. If you click on this number, you will get the list of all the users who are added here. There are multiple ways actually. That's the reason I'm showing all the ways. So add user again. Now Shaker is having, will have only S3 read permission. Now if you see carefully, two users are added. Now let's try with the use the person. Yesterday we have the details, right? Yesterday we have Anil credentials, right? Click on it. So I will use this. Uh, I have to use other browser, but I doubt because I just now I am not able to log in this browser due to cookies issue. Uh, but still, let's try. Now Anil has logged in. Anil belongs to which group? EC2 group, right? He belongs to Anil belongs to, if you click here, okay, Anil belongs to only EC2 read permission. Okay, let's see. Let me click on S3 first. If I go to S3, Anil should not have the permission to see the content of the bucket. Click on buckets. You see, you don't have any permission. You don't have any permission. But if you, because it belongs to the only EC2 group, right? So let's select EC2 and click on EC2. Now you have permissions. Otherwise, by now you should get some errors here. But the count is showing up here. The count all is showing clearly. Click on instances. You see, able to view the list of running instances. As of now, no instances running. So at least he is able to see. But in S3, it is not like that. Even the this no, you do not have empty buckets. You do not have buckets. That information also you cannot see. That means this person can view the instances, but this person cannot create. If you see, click here. If you even try to launch, for example, you try to launch, you cannot create a new instance. Let's select. Let's try that. Now click on launch instance. You see instance launch failed. You are not authorized to perform this operation. So this way, this person Anil can only view the running instances. He can just watch whether services are running properly or not. Only that he can do. Nothing more than that. And one more thing you should remember: this person Anil can be belong to any other group also. Not only to this group, the Anil can belong to other groups as well. If you have 10 different groups, now you can now the root user will choose what permissions this what task can be given to this user. Anil has to do multiple. You want to give the root user want to give him multiple tasks. Then Anil has to be added to the multiple groups. Now, as of now, he added to only EC2 group. If he can add, can also be added to more than one group. That you should understand, so that Anil can do perform more than one task, right? So hopefully same thing. S3 also same, right? No need to explain, but still let me try that as well. Not log out. Now Shaker, he cannot view EC2 instances because he does not have permission to view EC2 instance. He will get error, API error. Same thing. We did the same thing yesterday as well, right? No change in that. But only difference is that now this time users are added to the group. So whatever the group having permissions, the same will apply to the multiple users. Now, if you think, for example, if you individually add users, each user, if you go on adding permissions, then it is very hard, right? Very hard to maintain them. We have 50 users, then 50 users you will give multiple combinations of permissions, then maintaining such information is very difficult to the root user. Better you give the name itself shows that it is only for easy to read only, it is only for S3 read only. That way it is easily manageable, and all the 50 users you can add them to different groups if required. And also you can see the list of users who are belong to that group. Very easy to manage them. But individually adding the users to individually users, if you create and add permissions to them, it is very difficult. It's very difficult to manage it. That is the reason we must go with the groups. Same like in our Linux. In our Linux also we have created groups. We know how to create a groups, and we added group to the group, we added the user, if you remember. If you practice Linux commands, in that we added group, and to the group we added the users. So whatever the group having the permissions will be automatically applied to the users. Same thing here also. Now this guy cannot view the instances now, but this person can view the S3 bucket view, content and empty buckets he can view. Now you see, if you go to here and click on buckets, see you can at least see the no buckets. This you can see. Before, Anil could not even able to see the this label as well. He could not able to see this label itself because he don't have permission. Even he cannot see anything for Anil. But this person Shekhar have only S3 permission. He can view it. But suppose if you want to add S3 to EC2 instance as well, then no problem. You can do it also. So how? Go to our allow only this group. Okay. Here again add users. This time add Shekhar as well. Now Shekhar also belongs to the same group now. Shekhar also belongs to the same group now. Now Shekhar also can view now EC2 instances now. Let's try that. Previously Shekhar was unable to view the EC2 instances. He could view only, this is the Shekhar. Shekhar is a person. He could view only S3 now. Let's try with EC2 as well, whether he able to see it or not. Previously he could not. Now see, no errors for him. No errors for him. But if I change here right away, okay, if I remove him, select the Shekhar now. Again, I want to remove him. Then immediately it should affect here. If you refresh here, see, it is detected. Few things are detected. Again, if you refresh, it will take few seconds. So all are getting error. So this way you can add any user to any group very easily. Okay. Now very easily manage the multiple users. Right. This person is added now. Again you can try this time. If we refresh, see, errors are gone. So hope you understood this point. If any questions, let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. Now I'm signing out of it. Okay. Now, so user groups and users, you understood now. So now we have roles and these policies we know already. These are the existing policies. These existing policies are enough suffice for our daily regular tasks, but very rare if you want to create any new policy, you can create a new policy if you want, but very rare we use mostly the existing policies. And roles, actually roles normally used by the it's like no in users, you see, whenever you want to user, you required username and password. So, but roles we will discuss in when we are using Lambda. At that time, we'll discuss more deeply about roles. But I will give you introduction to roles. Roles normally used by people who want temporary access. For example, developers. For example, now developers want to connect to, for example, Java developers or any developers want to connect to our AWS resources, for example. But as you know, when we are working with users, we have username and password details, right? Right, we have username password. So actually one moment please. Users, if you go to one of the user, actually we have a concept called access keys. If you read it carefully,
Use access keys to send programmatic calls to AWS from the AWS CLI, AWS tools for PowerShell, AWS SDK. SDK means software development kits. So you can use AWS SDKs from your any language, or from your Python, Java, .NET, from anywhere you can use SDKs. So AWS provides SDKs or direct AWS API calls. You can have a maximum of 2 access keys, active or inactive, at a time. Access keys, we'll see what these active keys are and how can we use these active keys to connect to our cloud to access the various resources. So active key will provide you a see. So what purpose you want to use the access keys? What purpose you want to use? For example, command line interface you want to use, or application running on an AWS compute service. So various purposes. Application running outside of AWS. Suppose your Java is running outside. That means not, it is not inside the AWS, but it is running somewhere in the server. But still, that Java application want to connect our AWS services, one of the services. Okay, then it will provide access keys. For example, if you take application this one and click on next button, create access key. You will get this access key and secret key. These two things you should be added in your code. So normally developers add these keys in their configuration file. Every program, every language will have some configuration files. In that configuration file, they have to set up. They know where to set up. We don't have to worry. But what they will do, they will take these temporary access keys. These are keys they will add in their program in one of the configuration files. After adding it, then what happens? Then the Java application, whichever running outside, that is not running inside our cloud, but it is running outside in some server. But still, that server application can able to access our AWS resources. It can access any resource again depending on their permissions. Depending on the permissions. So this is one option, but there is another option called roles. So when you use roles, then you no need to store these values in your configuration file. To avoid this access key and secret key, because these are, if anybody crack the your application, and if they get this access key and secret key, then it is very critical for the product. So if somebody hacked it, by when somebody able to fetch this information from the application, because the application is not running in the cloud, right? It is running some outside. So if it is running outside, and the maintenance of the security is done by the company, right? If the company is not properly maintaining the security, then if somebody can hack the application and they can read the configuration file, able to read the configuration file, then these values they can easily get it. And if they get it, they can connect to your account, and they can do whatever they want. They can connect to any region, anywhere, and they can do anything whatever they want. But in production server, it is very dangerous thing. So normally that is the reason access keys normally they avoid. They temporarily they want some access. The application don't want this access key and secret key permanently, but they want temporarily, they want to access some resource running which is on the cloud. Temporarily they want to access. Then they again go with they can use their roles concept. They can use the roles concept, and we have to create a new role. So it's a role is same, giving permissions to having accessing the service resources on the cloud. So when we working on lambda, we'll create a role and we will see how we can connect a lambda, how can we use a lambda. At the time we'll see that. And identity providers, normally large companies will they have their for example, they have their own what you call active directory. For example, if you are working with Infosys or Capgemini, every company, Wipro, you take any company. So normally what you do, you log in, right? You log in with your employee ID and username. So automatically you are authenticated. How you are authenticated? Because internally the data is maintained in active directory, and it will cross check with validate your authentication, and it will authorize you to log in into the system. So using those credentials, using those active directory, you can directly connect to our cloud. That means you can, using the same credentials, using the same office credentials, you can even connect to your our cloud directly. No need to have special credentials for your cloud. So for that you have to upload different ways. One is SAML. A SAML is a file. You can upload a SAML file. By doing that, what happens is that whatever the credentials, user details are there in your active directory, the company having, using those credentials, you can log into your what you call your AWS cloud. That is one way. SAML is a file you have to upload. Then we have OpenID Connect also. Using this, you can use your, like, whenever you try to connect to any website, the website allows you to create a new password, username and password, or it will allow you to connect to their website using Google or Facebook, right? So that option also you can provide using OpenID Connect. So there's also provision to connect. We have two options. One is for the corporate companies, they can connect using SAML, and the other non-corporate companies, they can use OpenID. So, and account settings. So as you know, we are creating IAM users. We are creating IAM users. Then how can we restrict them to create strong passwords? So as the root user, we can restrict them, like, no, create minimum 8 characters or minimum 10 characters and use uppercase, lowercase. Those conditions already enough, suffice. But you still want to add some more details. Then you can go on, click on edit button, and you can add more conditions. Custom, go to custom, and you can, if you want to add more conditions, you can check these boxes. Okay, you can increase the length of the characters. It is now 8 characters. You can increase it to 10 or 12 if you want, and turn on password expiration. Many things are there. If you want to do, you can do it. Okay, so we come back to IAM multiple times, but as of now, this is enough. About introduction is enough. Now, related to IAM only, we want to cover another topic called CloudTrail. Okay, so we come back to IAM, but before that, before leaving IAM, we need to understand which is related to our IAM, that is called CloudTrail. So CloudTrail, if you read it carefully, track user activity and API usage. So CloudTrail is a service available on the cloud. So this is very important actually. Why? Because in real time, for example, in the companies, they have their own data centers, right? So administrators will be working inside the data centers. Now, if anybody accidentally stopped the service, stopped the server, then the application running in the inside the server will not run, right? So, but it occurs some losses to the customer, because if somebody forgot and 1 hour they forgot and they realized that they stopped the server, or somebody did not noticed, accidentally something happens. So but tomorrow if the client want to verify actually what happened, I want the need the complete details. At that time they want to know who did what, but in real time that is not there, that possibility is not there. It is there, but immediately they cannot retrieve the data. Okay, they have to set up they have to set up, if they want to track the details, who did that, what, who did what, right? But thing is, no, but still that also, if anybody can do it manually, right? If some out of 10 administrators, one of them can do it, one of them can do it, but it is physical activity, it is a physical activity. Those activities cannot be tracked, but here on the cloud it is not physical activity. Whatever you doing, you are interacting the cloud console. Yeah, whatever I'm doing here, I'm clicking and doing this, I'm logging here, right? Without logging I cannot do anything. So that is the reason, when we working in the IT company, what we do, when we go to, when you go out of our desktop, when you going from your workplace, what we do, we have to lock our system. If you don't lock your system, then somebody can do something. It won't happen, but why to take chances? That is the reason happening some issues on the workspace is very rare, because normally the employees lock their system and they go out. So this way, because you lock it, and when you come back you lock in again, lock out again, and then you do the continue the work. That is the reason your cloud can maintain all your activities properly. So what you did, who did what, everything will be tracked by the a service called CloudTrail. So it will automatically track everything. If you click on the CloudTrail now, till now Ram, Anil, okay, yesterday other person, different people have did different activities, those all will be tracked here automatically. Let's see that. Here we have AWS CloudTrail continuously log your AWS account activity. Okay, now let's see, click on the these three bars on the left side. So we have dashboard, event history. Click on event history. You see carefully here, if you see here, username is coming as Anil. Anil did what? A security group is created for Anil. And come down, some information is not logged in. but some information are not logged in. Okay. Mm. So for example, if you take Anil, normally for every user it will record actually, but maybe it not uploaded right away. We'll wait. It will come out. Sometime it will come out. But now, so some activities. These are root means myself. So root user did something. He deleted some subnet. He deleted some internet gateway. Some VPC deleted many things. This person has did. So who deleted what? So you can see that he deleted some subnet route table, for example. If you click on it, when he did, those details everything will be provided here. So all the activities what at what time you did in the JSON format, you can get it all the information. Okay, and again if you click here now Anil for Anil. So at what time he did it? Username is Anil. Okay, and on which region he did this, right? And what is a VPC? It's a normal default VPC. So various information stored here. So event history, if you see carefully in the event history, it is saying that event history shows you the last that 90 days of management events. Okay, let me log out and log in. Maybe just a moment, please. I should see some logs over here, but let me try. That should not be logging and logging out is not required, but let me try once.
Yeah, Madan, it will take default, right, for logs in any services?
Yes, yes, you are right. It will take by default. It will
Okay.
take by default. We no need to maintain it. But how to
Yeah.
maintain it, why to maintain it, that we'll discuss now. Why to we have to maintain it actually, but why we have to maintain it, that I will discuss in a moment. So actually we should get shaker and other information. It will take some time. It's not replicating, it's not showing here, but it will come. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you all is that normally CloudTrail is a service um, which will track all the activities done by the different users, and it will track only for last 90 days. It will only track last 90 days. Okay, you can download this 90 days information if you want. You can download them in different formats, CSV or JSON. Both ways you can download. Okay, so that is the reason when a root user creates multiple IAM users, all the users whatever they are doing, all their user details will come over here. Okay, all the details will come over here, right? So but sometimes, for example, the client will ask sometimes, I want some 6 months or 10 months history or 2 years history. I want all the activities done by the team. I want some history, for example. Normally it is very rare, but if in case they want, then what we do, this 90 days is not enough, right? So for that reason, what we have to do is we have to create like no, in S3 we have buckets. Similarly we have a concept called trails. We have to create a trail. Say you see on the left side we have trail. When you click on trail, then the trail, when you click, what happens is that in the trail, while creating the trail, we have to give some information like in this trail no, you can uh, store all the activities, whatever activities are storing on this event history in this dashboard. Of course here also the data will be there, but in our trail which we are going to create now, in the trail every detail will be added there, not only for 90 days, more than 90 days, whatever period you want, it can store the information, whatever period you want. Okay, so that is the reason we go for trail. But trail, where it will store the information, because as you know, daily multiple users, multiple IAM users doing number of activities, so storing all details require more space, right? More space. That is the reason what happens is, while creating the trail, we have to take help of another service called S3. As you know, S3, in S3 we can store as much data you want. And also you know that in S3 we can how to manage the data. So how can you move it to different cold storages like glacier. If you want to move it to deep glacier, so you can move that. For example, you are created just now at what do you call, in the project beginning, in the beginning itself, assume you created a trail. Then after 1 year, what you can do is that the latest 2 months you can put it in the S3 standard type of storage, and remaining 10 months of data you can move it to deep storage, which is very cheap, right? So that way you can manage, because we already know how to manage S3, right? So CloudTrail stores the information in a S3. That you should understand. So purpose is simple. The normal 90 days information already available for us. But if in required, then client wants the information about the past history you want. That past history you can't get if you don't create a trail. You must create a trail. Okay, that is the requirement of CloudTrail service. Click on Trails now. Click on Trails, and now here we don't have any trail now. Now what you do? Click on Create Trail. We have 3 steps now. Here, a trail created in the console is multi-region trail. So it's a multi-region. It will, because as you know, a IAM user can work. I mean to say, a DevOps engineer need to work for completing the task given by the developers, and these developers can be working from different locations in the world. Some are work for the same project. They may be working from somebody in the Singapore, somebody in Australia, somebody in India. So these DevOps engineers has to serve all these developers needs, right? So if the developers are working in different regions, our DevOps engineers also should have access to multiple regions, right? So at that time they will go to that regions. The DevOps engineers will go to that regions by selecting here. They convert the region, and when they go there, whatever they do in that region also will be tracked by the trail. Okay, it will be tracked. That's the reason it is a multi-region trail. And give the trail name. So you see here, enter display name for your list. Trail management events. What are the events you want to manage? Okay, you can give something like something Amazon or FedEx project. FedEx project some. Okay, trail. Some details I want here like this. Okay, and then here is asking storage location. Okay, do you want to create a new S3 bucket, or you want to you want to use the existing bucket? I don't have I don't have a bucket, right? So here a default name is already, it is provided. Default name trail log bucket and folder. Enter a new S3 bucket name and folder prefix. It's saying prefix, so it added in the beginning. It will show you. To store your logs, bucket names must be globally unique. Okay, so that is the reason, because it should be globally unique. It contains the full name, logs, and your account name. It contains your account name as well, and some random name it has picked here. Okay, but if you don't want to give this name, you can give your own name, something like you can remove altogether, no problem. But observe carefully here. Logs will be stored in AWS Cloud Logs, the same path which is here, up to here. Under that, there will be another folder will be created in the S3 bucket, that is AWS Logs. Inside your account will be created, and inside your account, actually, 2 more folders are created. In that folders, in the 2 more folders, you will have region-wise folders will be created. Again, in each region, you will have subfolders with year, and in that year folder you will have month folders as well. In that month folder you will have multiple folders. In that month 30 days are there, then 30 folders will be there for that month. So like that 12 months, if you consider, so 12 months into a day, number of days, that means you will have 365 folders will be created for each day. Like that everything will be maintained day wise, so that whenever you want you can fetch that particular days. Some incident happened, if you want to verify that, then you can pick that particular days information. Let's try that. Now here I am reviewing this name, something I will say all in small letters, remember. So when I'm typing here it is also coming here, FedEx. Okay, trail. Okay, today's name is today's number, date is 27 Feb. That name I want. So this is I believe it could be a unique name. So now a FedEx trail iPhone 27 bucket will be created. In that bucket, these folders are created. And encryption is not required. It is chargeable. Just remove that encryption. Enabled it. I'm disabled it. I don't want encryption now. CloudWatch we will see when we work in CloudWatch. I will explain those things. And key, if you want, you can give name, no problem. Name, okay, FedEx trail logs. And next. Now, what events you want to uh, what you want to track? So I want to management events. Mostly management events. What you do? Capture management operations performed on your AWS resources. So whatever activities you do, it will be performed. It will be tracked. And if you want, you can add more also data events. For example, log the resource operations performed on or within a resource. You can select data events also. If you select data events, then if you come down, if you select, see, if you see here, next button is there, but nothing is over here. Only we have management events. But if you click on data events, one more UI will be added over here automatically. If you click on this, you will see, yeah, you got data events. Right now, choose the source of data events to log. So from which kind of data you want to load. I want to load S3, DynamoDB, Lambda, whatever you want, you can do it. No problems. That also, if you want, you can do it. Okay, if you want, you can do it. But as of now, I am ignoring it. So I want only management events, for example. Whatever activities done by the DevOps engineer, those activities I want to. Whatever operations done on the AWS resources, those I want to capture. Now come down and click on next. Now if you see carefully, this is a trail name, trail log location, and click on create trail. And see now logging has been started now. Now from now onwards, whatever you do, all the activities will be tracked and stored in the S3 bucket. Now onwards, whatever you do, see, for example, now S3 bucket is the bucket name, right? Let's go to our S3 bucket. I'm duplicating this window, duplicate. Here I'm typing S3. As you know, we don't have any bucket, but now a new bucket will be created with FedEx name, with FedEx project name. You see, FedEx Trail 27 February. A project is created just now. The bucket is created now. Click on it. As we discussed, AWS logs will be created. In that, our account number will be there. In that, two more folders like CloudTrail Digest, CloudTrail. So click on CloudTrail. In that, you see no objects are there. In that, no objects are there. Nothing has been created as of now. If you do some activities, it will be created. For example, I want to create some instance. Okay, then what I will do, duplicate. Now go to our, for example, Shaker want to create some instance IAM. Let's give some permission to it. Okay, group, create a group. Okay, allow full C2 permission, something. A group I have created now. I want to give that access to Shaker, right? Shaker can now create a EC2 instance now. Before that, I have to add the policy EC2 full. To say if EC2 full, then we got a policy called Amazon EC2 full access. Select this one and create a group. Now, if you see full permission, Shaker is having full permission, but Shaker having only read permission. S3 bucket he can only read, but he can create full. He can create instances. But this person here, Shaker is there no. From here I will remove him. Not required because already I have added him, so I will remove him. So because Shaker now having full access, now what I will do, I will go to Shaker URL and sign in. Now copy this. Don't open this in the same browser. If you open it, it will log out. That is a problem. That is a problem. When you are working, practicing, don't use the same browser for checking the IAM user. Use a different user. Now you see episode, a folder is created just now. We're in CloudTrail. If you go to episode cloud, you have a year now. In that, we have month. In that, today's date. Not today's date. What is date it is? Which date it is? 16th. Why it has come up? Let me go back. Go to our CloudTrail again. Let me create this. Let's do this activity and come back. Now Shekhar is doing some activity. You want to create some instance. Simply launch instance. Now you see this person Shekhar having full permission. That is the reason he could able to create an instance now. Okay, you able to create now. So these information also will be tracked in the CloudTrail. We have to wait for some time to see the things here. Now today's date we got a folder now. Today's date is 27 now. So slowly it will write. It will write the upload the files. So if you go to 27, these are all will be in zip format. So some more files will come. Only two we have now, but if you give some time, some more files will become. Okay. So these zip files will provide to the client, and client will use uh, the tools which will read JSON file. They have their own tools, application apps which can read the JSON and JSON files, and they can view the data in a proper way. Because by directly seeing this, we cannot understand. But the clients can use their own tools, applications which can read the JSON files. Now, if you click on this zip file, for example, now we have open option. See, it's difficult to read the content, but if you let me try with name Shaker, you see the Shaker is a person. The activities what he has done will be shown here. So like that, they will track for every user what he did and which account. This is account ID. Okay, what he activity has done, in which region he has done. So everything they will verify. Source IP address. This is source IP address. The same thing which we have watched here on 90 days information in this event history, whatever we watched here, the same information will be shown here. Now you see Shaker activities are shown here now. Shaker just now created an instance. If you click on it, the same details will be provided to the will be known by the client by seeing the JSON, this JSON history. So this way we can store long history. So at what time we did, what is username, what is source IP, everything, but it will showed in a what you call JSON format. So what key pair I used, what is security group I used, in which subnet you used, okay, what is the AMI, which instance you used, AMI ID also will be shown here, okay, instance ID and which VPC he has used. But in real time we use, as of now we are using default VPC. In real time we use our own custom VPC. So in that VPC, which VPC they have used, various information, everything will be recorded. The same content, this is the same content which we are viewing here. This is the same content but shown in a proper way. So browser is not showing it properly. So this way we can log lot of information in the buckets. Let's go here again. Let me check few more, any more are added. Refresh. So you see another one, US East one is folder is created. If you go US East one, there is in the that we have 27 date here, one folder is created. So like that you can get the details from the past history. Let me know if you have any questions, please. Please let me know if you have any questions. We'll discuss them. So you practice with IAM creating. Normally we won't create IAM users. Remember, in real time we will not create IAM users. That you should understand. Only that is done by the DevOps lead or senior leads. They will do it. We won't do it. So when you enter a job, you won't do it these activities, right? So only you will get permissions and you have to work on them. That's all, simple. But still, how they do that you should understand. That's the reason we are discussing the CloudTrail and IAM management tool. I will wait for 10 seconds. If you have no questions, then we will connect tomorrow at same time 9 a.m. Please practice, okay? Please practice. Practice helps a lot. Same like our like we did in while studying, right? Mathematics, like no, without practicing maths, we can't do perform well in the exam. Social studies is fine. We can write history. We simply pass out. We have to practice. Let me know if any issues you facing while practicing. I will definitely help you. Don't think that I'm just here to complete the syllabus. Wherever you stuck up, just let me know. I will delay my the topics. Don't worry about it. I'll cover the other way. So at the end of the day, you have to learn. If you have any questions, please come with some questions. Tomorrow we'll discuss morning. Okay. Let's end the session today. Please take care. Have a good day. Thank you.